on this episode of the Globe News Report.
Safety officials have tips to keep you safe around trains and at railroad crossings.
See what steps the city of Goshen is taking to lessen their carbon footprint.
The Goshen Theater is putting on their first in-house production.
All that and more on the Globe News Report.
Live from the campus of Goshen College, I'm Liliana Herrera.
And I'm Jasmin Smith on the Globe News Report.
Jasmin, this is our first time hosting the show together. How are you feeling?
Honestly, I'm feeling pretty prepared, but I'm a little nervous. How are you feeling?
A little nervous, but I'm excited to be doing it with you because you know you're my roommate.
Me too, I'm excited.
Exploring the community has been a lot of fun, especially seeing all the festivals that take place right here in Goshen. There was a very special one just a few weeks ago.
That's right, September 15th marks the beginning of Hispanic Heritage Month, and there are plenty of ways to celebrate right here in Goshen.
Tyson Miller has more.
The Goshen Hispanic Heritage Festival returns to Goshen for a second year, featuring vendors, live music, and much more. Last year, the festival had around 5,000 visitors, but this year, they're optimistic and hoping for even more.
I think the fact that the city of Goshen has said we want to actually be a part of the Hispanic Heritage Festival, it just sends a message to the population, Latino population that's here in Goshen and in the region, that you are welcome here and that your cultural traditions and the things that you bring to this community, they're about us. And so we're a community trying to build each other up. And so that's why we dedicate an afternoon and an evening to celebrating Hispanic Heritage Festival.
The Hispanic Heritage Festival has the potential to be just a building block leading to other similar events in the Goshen community.
We as a community of Goshen, we want to grow. We want to, as we had a logo a few years ago, we want to be uncommonly good and uncommonly great. And that's what we want to be. And that city itself can only be that if it celebrates the different cultures and traditions that are here in this community. And if we can do that together, then we can actually have more of these types of days. We can have more celebrations. We can celebrate different cultures, different ethnicities.
We spoke with people on the street to find out what their favorite part of the festival was.
Well, I think the favorite part of the festival is the food.
I like the live music. Yeah, the music is amazing. I love all the vendors. I like that they're all repping our Latino cultures. Yeah.
Just seeing another culture, listen to music, have some food, meet some people, and enjoy part of Goshen. Yeah.
It's been the agua locas and the tacos and the little vendors with the cute bracelets.
Slushies.
Reporting for Globe News, I'm Tyson Miller.
It was so great to see everyone come together at the Hispanic Heritage Festival and indulge in the culture.
My favorite part of the festival had to have been the food. What about you, Jasmin?
By far, going to see all the vendors and the jewelry, clothes, decoration that were for sale.
Do you know how to stay safe around trains and railroad tracks? That's up next on the Globe News Report.
Perfect.
In the U.S. alone, there are around 5,800 train cars crashes each year. So what precautions do drivers and pedestrians need to take? Amelia has more.
Everybody knows to look both ways when you cross the street. But what do you do at train tracks?
Some of it feels obvious because a train is very large and they move very fast. Students and even employees can get from the mindset that a train can't sneak up on you. Whereas almost every instance that we've had an incident here on campus or in town, it absolutely did sneak up on someone.
After an incident with a train at Goshen College, the campus woke up to the dangers that trains pose.
It was an instance where an employee was operating a machine on campus that was loud, was trying to avoid pedestrians, and in the midst of that kind of lost sight that a train was coming, and the train did strike the vehicle just from the front end.
The city of Goshen urges the importance of train safety.
Yeah, again, I mean, just follow the guidelines, follow the measures in place. You know, don't try and beat the train, don't try and cut through the train.
Both Coleman and Carwin agree that you should be vigilant at a train track.
Exercising additional caution when you're approaching a railroad track, always like stopping, looking both ways.
Following the signs, following the guidelines, and then always being aware.
Guardrails aren't present at every crossing.
Sometimes there's no guardrails down on our campus right now, nor are there any kind of obstructions in campus walkways. It is truly up to the individual to exercise caution. Every space in town has a rail that comes down except for that one.
The city has ways to keep the community safe.
I mean, we have some pedestrian tunnels, and then there's different gates for pedestrians that they have to, maneuver through. And we also are working with the railroad right now on several crossings.
There are laws in place, including not climbing over a stopped train.
Not only is it dangerous, it's against the law. Even crossing over the railroad tracks on a non-pedestrian walkway or drive-up is also against the law.
Coleman has some advice.
Having headphones on or the windows or loud music when you're traveling across there is not a good idea. So you've seen that most instances, a train accident often ends in death. So it is a very serious thing.
Norfolk Southern Railway declined to comment. Reporting for Globe News, I'm Amelia Lee.
Right here on the campus of Goshen College, we have a train that splits the property in half, and that took a lot of getting used to.
Coming from California, we don't have a great deal of railroads, but I used to live next to a railroad, so I kind of know how to be careful around trains.
It's been really beneficial to hear about these safety tips when dealing with trains, especially when we live right next to one.
With climate change becoming a growing concern, many communities are taking on steps to lessen their carbon footprint, including our very own city. This is the Globe News Report.
So you just graduated from Goshen College? What experiences prepared you for this job?
Where do I begin?
The city of Goshen is taking steps to improve their impact on the local environment by purchasing new electrical vehicles. Let's take a look at just how the new vehicles are making a difference.
The Goshen community is investing in a cleaner future in more ways than one. In 2019, the city purchased the Tesla Model 3 and now have purchased 3 Ford F-150 Lightning trucks for use by the city to reduce their carbon emissions. Aaron Swatsky-Kingsley, the director of the Department of Environmental Resiliency and the city forester for Goshen, is excited to see the different kinds of things the new electric vehicle can accomplish for the city.
That something like a truck, and this is it's a cab, a dual cab truck, would have some more flexibility, some more capacity, capability for the city, the different kinds of things that we could do.
The F-150 has made its way around the departments, being used for a variety of different tasks.
We'll have had it for 3 weeks at the end of this week, and then we'll pass it along. The street department had it for a while, and they tried some different things with it. They pulled a bobcat around with it one day. They pulled a dump trailer around with it another day, just to kind of see how it performed.
The city's goal is to be carbon neutral by the year 2035, and Kingsley's department is doing their part to make that goal.
To reduce our fleet emissions by 25% by 2026. So adding in these kinds of vehicles does help us to begin moving towards that goal.
Kingsley is optimistic for the technology to continue to advance and for the future of the city.
The technology, I think, is pretty indisputable, and it is only going to continue to improve. And there is only going to continue to be more option and reason to go this direction. So I think it's important for us to take advantage of that and to be kind of a leader on that if we can.
Reporting for Globe News, I'm Alyssa McDonald.
I'm impressed by how ambitious the city of Goshen is being when it comes to the environment and greenhouse gases.
Living in a place where the city is conscious of their impact and always trying to improve just makes Goshen even better than before. I hope this sets a standard and more cities are soon to follow.
The Goshen Theater premieres a new Broadway production with shows all weekend. More information coming up on the Globe News Report.
Goshen students enjoy an amazing record of success. What's the secret? It starts with hands-on learning experiences. Whether it's a service project in Peru, a sustainability semester at our Environmental Learning Center, or broadcasting for our award-winning radio station, it adds up to life-changing perspectives and real-world skill development that makes a difference to future employers. And it's all available at a campus that makes everyone feel at home. Come hang out with us and see for yourself. Schedule your campus visit today at goshen.edu/visit.
I'm a big fan of Charlie Brown and the whole cast of Peanut characters, and there's a new way to see them right here in Goshen. You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. The Broadway musical took the stage at the Goshen Theater. I'm here with director Robert Tambari. Robert, how's it going?
It's going well this morning, Lily. How are you?
I'm doing well, actually, besides my early morning class. But, how was your drive-in today?
It was, I live about 5 minutes south of here, so it was not south, north. North is that direction. Yeah, directionally challenged I am.
That's okay.
So I almost scooted in. I have an electric scooter, so I almost scooted in today.
That honestly sounds nice. I've always wanted an electric scooter.
You should get one.
I'll invest in one. We all know the Charlie Brown TV specials, but what is the musical all about?
So the musical is actually a collection of famous parts from the comics that they have then turned into a musical. So there's moments where, like, Sally is talking about art, and then you see her come out and she has this sculpture that's made from things that she's found from, coat hangers, and then, there's different elements to it. So obviously Valentine's is a huge thing in Charlie Brown. So there's an entire scene just about Charlie Brown not getting any Valentines. It's just a collection of vignettes and these Peanuts characters and what an average day in their life is like.
That sounds like it'll be a lot of fun to watch. What makes a specific production of You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown unique from others out there, and what artistic choices did you make?
I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question early in the morning. One of the things that I really wanted to do on this show was I wanted to make it look like the comics were coming to life. So we have different projections that are made like they look like comic panels. And then when the actors come in from the back of the stage, they stand up. And so they're coming out from the comic panels into the main part of the stage. It looks like the comics are coming to life.
Yeah.
One of the things we wanted to do on this show was keep it simple. I believe in minimalist design, minimalist set, and letting the actors do what they do best. So really the biggest and most amount of color on the stage is in their costumes and in the projections. Everything else is black and meant to stay neutral colors so that you're focusing on the parts that you need to focus on.
I really like the idea of the panels being comic book. I feel like that brings a sort of nostalgic kind of part to the theater itself. This is the Goshen Theater's first in-house production, so what was the process like of bringing it to life?
It took us a long time to get here. I was tasked with bringing something on about 7 months ago when I started at the theater, and so I said, okay, let's do it. And then we were looking at shows, we were trying to figure out what would be the best one for the community. Everybody does big, full-scale productions, 15 to 20 people cast, and we were like, let's keep it small, let's keep it simple, let's enjoy it and let them have as much fun on stage as we're going to have off stage. So we decided to keep a small cast, and then again, who doesn't love Charlie Brown? So once that show came up, we're like, that's it, that's the one we're doing.
What has been the biggest setback you've had to face while preparing for your show?
Ooh, I think it's just having, we had some actors have to change out, and so we had a new actor step in about now 11 days ago before the show started.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How have you been able to handle that?
Well, you just kind of roll with the punches. You know, when I was in grad school, I did a show, and the theater that we were in was going to burn. It wasn't going to. It did. It burned down the day before we opened the show. So we had to redo the entire thing day of opening in 12 hours, and then we opened it up that night. So I think that it's theater. You adapt.
Yeah.
You learn to go with what's going on. So you just move and roll with the punches and see what happens.
Kind of just go with the flow kind
Yeah.
of thing. Of course. Last night was the first performance in front of a live audience. How did it go, and what did it feel like to have your production finally shown to the public?
It was beautiful. There was something about hearing a child laugh at the moments that you didn't expect. And then hearing how that laugh rippled through the audience and how then everybody was like, okay, we're here to see a show. We get to enjoy this.
Yeah, of course. Without giving too many spoilers, what is your favorite part or thing about the show right now?
I have a few favorite parts, but I think there's a song, My New Philosophy is one of my favorite songs. It's always been one of my favorite songs since it came in. But then I would actually think the Glee Club rehearsal is probably my favorite part of the show. Yeah.
Why is that? Just a little bit, but not spoiling too much.
Imagine like 5 to 8 year olds doing a Glee Club rehearsal being conducted by one person who's, you know, also their same age and their peer in it, and none of them are focused on what actually is being sung. They're being focused on something that's either been stolen from someone or what they called someone. So it's this huge song, and then all of a sudden you have interjections of "Give me my pencil."
It's a little bit of chaos, kind of.
Absolute chaos. I love chaos.
Now, there are still 3 more performances tonight, Saturday, and Sunday. Where can I go to get more information about these shows?
So you can go to goshentheater.com/events, or you can go to our Facebook page, and we have all the event information on there. And that's where you can purchase tickets, you can see cast information, you can call the box office, and we'll help you out in getting tickets.
Sounds like a good deal to me. Well, thank you so much for coming into the studio, Robert. I can't wait to go watch Charlie Brown.
Thank you, Lily.
Thank you for joining us on this edition of the Globe News Report. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at 911 The Globe and globeradio.org for more local content. Until next time, this has been the Globe News Report.